Okay, so as the story goes in my family, my ancestor took this recipe, passed it down, and one of my ancestors wound up on one of Cortez's ships. And he taught it to the Aztecs, who spread it throughout the Mexican world. And as that happened, the recipe changed and evolved. And we're doing a changed and evolved version because manna and quail are a little scarce. So for this recipe, I will need flour tortillas. You can substitute for corn if you have an intolerance or whatever. Cheese, I use two types. I'm using cheddar and mozzarella today. What else? Sour cream, but this is more to garnish. So if you don't have this, don't worry. And 1 to 2 pounds of stew meat. Pan with just a little bit of oil in the bottom, just so it doesn't stick. Now I've got 2 things of stew meat, and I'm going to do it one at a time to avoid overcrowding the pan. And I'm just going to cook this until it's nice and brown, then move over. So we're going to need chili powder, ground coriander, cumin, cornstarch, cayenne pepper, and kosher salt, which I always keep out here. Oh, and also some beef broth. Okay, the homemade taco seasoning recipe is 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, a teaspoon and a half of hot smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, and half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. The meat's done, and I put half of it in the food processor, and we're gonna pulse it till it's broken up, because I don't want it to turn into paste. I just want it broken up. Perfect. Yes, it's still a little pink, but we're gonna cook it a little more, so if that worries you, just sit tight and we'll get to the next cooking. Okay, so the meat's nice and browned. Can you see it? Good. Now we're going to dump it back into the pan, which I have kept over low heat, but I turned it back up to medium. It's a lot of meat. And there's one little chunk there that I'm going to extract. Okay. Now, I'm going to give this a quick stir. Now add the taco potion. 1 whole batch. Don't be shy about it. But we need a little liquid, so 2/3 of a cup of beef broth go into the pan. Okay, we're gonna make the basic quesadilla. You can add a lettuce, bacon, mushrooms, mayonnaise, chocolate, whatever you want. This is the basic. So we take some of our nicely cooked meat, put it on one side of the quesadilla. I found this out the hard way. Put everything on one side. One side only. Or else there's going to be a mess. Now just kind of spread that out, because we don't want to use too much. Then a little bit of the cheese. I like a combination, so I put a little bit of the mozzarella and a little bit of the cheddar. And we close it. Move it to the side. Use the toaster oven. Just, if you have different settings, set it to toast, not bake. I found toast works a lot better. Just set it for a couple of minutes, and your quesadilla will be ready soon. Take your nifty pizza cutter, cut it into 4s, and enjoy. Now this has quite a kick to it, so I like to add a dollop of hot sauce. And that's actually it. Back to you, Will.